Welcome to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Hey, Dub Nation. The Golden State Warriors find themselves at a pivotal moment this season. Despite the brilliance of Stephen Curry and the tenacity of Draymond Green, they're just a step away from championship glory. But what if the key to unlocking their next ring lies in a daring trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves? Stick around, because this could be a game changer. The Timberwolves are grappling with their own issues, particularly their financial situation, which is teetering on the edge after signing players like Rob Dillingham. With their payroll ballooning past the second apron, they're in a tight spot. Could trading Karl Anthony Towns, one of the league's most skilled big men, be the move that benefits both franchises? Imagine Towns in a Warriors jersey, elevating their offensive game and adding some serious muscle in the paint. Now, I know what you're thinking. This trade isn't just a fantasy. It could reshape the future for both teams. Recently on the Locked On Warriors podcast, Ben Beacon pointed out that while the Timberwolves are hesitant to part with Towns, that Supermax contract might force their hand. With a projected luxury tax bill over $100 million, they could be looking to lighten the load. If they can't make a deep playoff run, dealing Towns might be their only option. For the Warriors, landing a player like Towns would be monumental. He's an all-star center, capable of transforming their lineup. But how do they make the numbers work? While they may not have a superstar trade asset, they do have enticing options. Rookie sensation Brandon Podziemski has shown flashes of brilliance, and Jonathan Kuminga's athleticism and defensive skills could be exactly what the Timberwolves need to fortify their frontcourt. And let's not overlook Andrew Wiggins. Could the former Timberwolf be making a return to Minnesota? His versatility and two-way play would fit perfectly alongside Anthony Edwards, making this deal even more tantalizing. But here's the kicker. The Timberwolves desperately need picks after their aggressive moves for Rudy Gobert and Dillingham. The Warriors, with their draft capital, could help fill that gap. Yet, matching Towns' hefty salary is no easy feat, and it might require a third team to navigate those financial waters. This is where things get intriguing. The unpredictability of trade season could lead to multi-team deals that shift the entire landscape of the league. Even if Towns doesn't land in the Bay, the Warriors could target players like Naz Reid, who, while not a superstar, could still bring valuable minutes off the bench. But let's be real. The Warriors need someone who can truly tip the balance of power in the Western Conference, and that's why Towns remains the focal point of discussions. Both the Warriors and the Timberwolves are at critical junctures, facing major decisions as the trade deadline approaches. Although it's still a bit away, groundwork is often laid well in advance. Could this be the start of something big? Warriors fans have been waiting for a move like this, and while nothing is guaranteed, the potential is palpable. The NBA is filled with surprises, and this trade could be one of the biggest we've seen in years. So, what do you think? Are the Warriors on the brink of a trade that'll catapult them back into title contention, or do the Timberwolves hold all the cards? It's an exhilarating time to be an NBA fan, and the possibilities are endless. If you're as excited as we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like. Let us know in the comments what you think the Warriors' next move should be. Ben Beacon from the Locked On Warriors podcast recently highlighted that while the Timberwolves are hesitant to part ways with Towns, his Supermax contract could force their hand. With a projected luxury tax bill exceeding $100 million, trading Towns might be the only way for Minnesota to alleviate financial pressure, especially if they fall short in the playoffs. Landing a player of Towns' caliber would be monumental for the Warriors, drastically improving their offensive capabilities and providing much-needed size in the paint. But here's where it gets intriguing. The Warriors, despite lacking a superstar trade asset, have some enticing pieces. Rookie sensation Brandon Podziemski has shown flashes of brilliance, while Jonathan Kuminga's athleticism and defensive potential could be exactly what the Timberwolves need. And let's not forget about Andrew Wiggins, a former Timberwolf who could find his way back to Minnesota. His versatility and two-way play would complement Anthony Edwards beautifully. Draft capital and financial complexities. The Timberwolves are in desperate need of picks after their aggressive moves for Rudy Gobert and Dillingham. The Warriors, with their draft capital, could help fill that void. However, matching Towns' massive salary presents a real challenge. This might require the involvement of a third team to make the financials work, adding an extra layer of complexity to the deal. As Ben Beacon pointed out, trades of this magnitude often involve multiple teams, making the scenario even more intriguing. The unpredictability of the trade season is part of what makes it so exciting. Even if the Warriors can't land Towns, players like Naz Reid could still be options, though he doesn't carry the same star power. As Warriors fans, we must recognize that change is constant in the NBA. Every decision is made with the hope of returning to championship contention. While Scott's release may seem puzzling, it's clear the Warriors have a strategy in place. Let's trust the process and see how this unfolds. If you're passionate about the Dubs, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the Warriors will pull off a game-changing trade? Or is waiving Scott a sign of a different direction? As a Golden State Warriors fan, I see this situation as an interesting opportunity for the team. The idea of trading for Karl Anthony Towns is intriguing, especially considering the team's needs in terms of size and offensive ability. Towns is a talented player who could transform the dynamic of our offense, perfectly complementing Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. On the other hand, I also understand the challenges this brings. The salary issue is complex, and losing players like Jonathan Kuminga or Andrew Wiggins is not an easy decision. Both have enormous potential and can be crucial for the defense and quick transitions of our game. Dante Scott's release was surprising, but it appears the team is focused on adjusting its roster to better align with the long-term vision. Sometimes you have to make difficult decisions to achieve a better future. Overall, I believe the team is at a crossroads, and any moves they make now could shape our trajectory for several seasons to come. I'm excited to see how things play out and hope that regardless of the decisions, the Warriors continue to strive for excellence. I want to hear your opinions too. Do you think a trade for Towns would be beneficial? Or do you believe the team should focus on developing young talent? Let's discuss in the comments.